Hi guys, thank you for joining me again on this latest video of the 401 files. As we always do, if you can, please give this video a thumbs up before we start. Drop down in the comments box below, start chatting away, and also subscribe as well if you haven't already. There's three main ways you can support the 401 files really quickly. You can watch 30 seconds of an advert, I'll get paid for the advert. You can also hit the PayPal link up on my channel art if you're watching this on a desktop. And in the pinned comment below, there's also 3 Amazon wishlist accounts. You can go there and send gifts directly to me if you wish to help the channel. Cheers guys, hope you enjoy this. What's really strange about these places is that in most places I go you can't see anything but the sky above you, and all around you 360 degrees is just trees after trees after trees after trees. The occasional water source like a pond or a beck, but you always just feel like you're not meant to be here. Like you always feel something else is here and has known you've been here from the minute you step foot in this forest. Weird.
It is reported that at 8:50 p.m. a huge flaming object, believed to be a meteorite, fell on a farm in the neighborhood of Grover's Mill, New Jersey, 22 miles from Trenton. The flash in the sky was visible within a radius of several hundred miles, and the noise of the impact was heard as far north as Elizabeth. We have dispatched a special mobile unit to the scene, and we'll have our commentator, Carl Phillips, give you a word picture of the scene as soon as he can reach there from Princeton. In the meantime... kind of like a 4th of July rocket.
Yes, then what?
I turned my head out the window and would have sworn I was asleep and dreaming.
Yes?
I seen a kind of greenish streak and then zingo. Something smacked the ground, knocked me clear out of my chair.
Well, were you frightened, Mr. Willis?
Must be a farm nearby because that sounds like some kind of distressed cow. I don't know if the audio's picking that up, but you might not be able to hear that. It's quite off in the distance there, but there's some kind of strange noises coming from off in the distance. There used to be a time when people laughed at the word UFO. There used to be a time when if you brought up the word extraterrestrial or abduction, the X-Files theme tune would start playing automatically. People would start putting tin foil on their heads, but I think those days now have long gone. And I also think that the people who don't believe are the ones that are in the minority. We've now got high-ranking Navy officials releasing footage that they claim to be 100% genuine of their fighter pilots chasing unidentified flying phenomena, virtually skimming the surface of the seawater. We've got celebrities left, right and centre coming out and backing the idea that we aren't alone. And for all us that believed all along, we now look back and just wonder how anybody never did. It's been interesting, it's been a good ride to see the changing tides of how people's opinions have swayed. All as you need is a few celebrities to jump on board and that's it. You can convince people of anything. Which is sad really, that it's taken celebrities and other people, respected people, to step forward before people got their recognition they deserved. I wonder how many lives have been wrecked, how many lives have been destroyed from people who have had experiences and come out to tell their story and been ridiculed and made fun of, just for a few years down the line be confirmed, and not only confirmed but be the more believable of the two stories. I can hear water off in the distance. The only problem I have is it means crossing all this. I really want to go see what that is. It could be like a little mini waterfall or something like that, but I've got to get across all this first, and that's a nightmare. Oh man, that was hard going. My feet are soaked. Just come through there, through all this, drop down here. That was hard going. Whoa. Whoa, slippy. That's awesome. Looks like the water's coming directly from underneath the ground. There is like a bit of a cave just there, but the water's not running off the surface of the ground and into this beck. It's actually coming from under the ground. So the surface is up here, the water's dropping in from down here, so that's a really good find. The water stinks though, it must be, I don't know why that is, but it looks a bit peaty. Just absolute chaos in here. The wildman, or the UK Sasquatch, Bigfoot, whatever you want to call it, however you want to refer to it as, isn't a new phenomenon. This has been cited and reported for many, many years, hundreds of years. Scotland has like one of the highest reported sightings of wild men and mythical creatures, along with Ireland. But these tales do exist, and these people are seeing what they believe to be something of unearthly origin. So this is nothing new. It's nothing that the UK has just jumped on the back of the US and started trying to create their own mythical creature. This is actually something documented hundreds and hundreds of years ago. People are seeing something that's living off the land. Can it still exist today? Who knows? Who knows?
At that point I realized that it was a real figure, and it was a big figure. And the way it was walking, I looked at it and I could see it outlined against the moon in that. And the first indication I had that was very tall, probably at least 7 foot or better, and probably at the same instance I realized that what I was seeing was a Sasquatch, and I was like, it's hard to describe it, but my body just, I'm feeling it right now every time I discuss it, and I don't talk about it that much except with a couple of friends and my family, but my whole body it just feels different than anything I've ever experienced. I looked at it, and it was just amazing. I watched this animal walking in such a way that it just glided over these rocks. And this terrain that we were on was all rocks, very little dirt, bowling ball-like rocks, which were, I could never walk on them even in the moonlight without kind of staggering around and everything. And this animal just kind of glided over it, and I didn't see an abnormal amount of hair on the animal, which, you know, in the past you always think of Sasquatch, it's like, you know, Chewbacca on Star Wars. Well, no, it wasn't like that. His head didn't have a big bunch of hair. It was nice. It was a very attractive looking figure.
And how long did you observe it walking?
I'm going to guess, you know, it was really fast, and the animal wasn't moving slow. It was wasn't running or anything like that. It was just walking at a steady gait, like a glide. And I'm going to guess not more than 30 seconds, maybe 40 seconds. I watched him all the way come down, and he walked between my tent where I was with Donnie and Bob's tent, which he walked right in between there. And at first I thought possibly it was going to be something that might bother Bob, and I was a little worried about that at first. But then he just walked right by. His head didn't move. He didn't know I was there. I think because the wind direction was off. Otherwise he probably would have smelled me. That's what we talked about the next morning. But he didn't move. I didn't move, and watched him walk all the way down. He went over another crest and then walked down to a level spot that took him right down to the lake, and that's when I lost sight of him because he was over the crest and I didn't see him. And I was a little concerned, not that I was afraid he was going to attack or anything, but I didn't know, the situation. So when I got back to the tent, I didn't wake Donnie up, because I honestly felt that if I would have said that, he would have said, you full of crap, go back to bed or something at that point. But my body was in such a state of shock that I got into the tent, unzippered the part, and stood there, or knelt there for at least 20 minutes or more, watching the area just to see if he might come back. And
what the hell? Tallulah's just ran off, like literally. I've just seen her go right out the forest. She just took off. She's coming back now. Always scares me when she does that. God, I didn't know she'd gone. What's up? What's up, you silly dog? Okay, so I've just been walking through, and again, this stood out to me more than anything else on this track, so I thought I would document this. But I'll just show you what I see. I see an outline here, a toe here, a toe here, and a toe here. I don't know what that is. Like I say, your eyes can sometimes see what you want it to see, but if I just come back up, that stands out amongst everything else to me on this path. It looks like the heel, the outside of the foot, little toe, maybe the second little toe. I don't know, it looks strange. I can only see 3 if they are toes. But that looks weird. I have no idea. Maybe my eyes are just seeing stuff, but I don't know, it just caught my eye. So here's an interesting thought. We know that eating psychedelics over a prolonged period of time can create new pathways in the brain. It can alter people's perception. And we also know that prolonged consumption of psychedelics can sometimes lead people to believe that the trip is actually their reality. So what happens if we have a creature that's been living off the land for millions of years, eating psychedelics? How may that brain have evolved differently to, say, the human brain? What kind of capabilities or attributes would this creature have that differ to the humans? Makes you think. It's interesting. I would assume that a creature eating psychedelics for such a long period of time, over many millions of years, would somehow have become immune. But that immunity would then alter the chemical makeup or the biology somehow of this creature, whether it's the brain creating new pathways that allow it to do have new abilities, or new attributes, who knows? It's just a fascinating thought, especially when you start thinking about people who claim these elusive creatures could be somehow interdimensional. Maybe they're not. Maybe they just have abilities that are indifferent to our own. So if you're enjoying the music that you're listening to throughout this video, I've got this music royalty free from a channel called A.K.A Music on YouTube. That's C-O-A-G. Go check his channel out. If you're a content creator like myself, or you're just looking for some music that you can use for a project, then that's the place to go. While you're over there as well, just drop him a comment saying that you came there from 401 Files. It's always much appreciated to spread the name of my channel as well wherever you go, so yeah, check it out. Whenever you have a forest like this at either side, you can see behind me these trees go right back, and the same again to the right. Whenever you have a road like this that cuts through the middle, I always feel like these would be the ideal places for a chance encounter. Simply because this road at one point wouldn't have been here. So this forest wouldn't have had a divide. The whole forest would have been this entire area. And for the animals that lived in them forests, or part of these forests, left or right of me, this road really stands for nothing. If they have to get from point A to point B, they will cross this road at some point. I guess that's why deers, rabbits and everything else get hit by cars. I just wonder how long it is before a creature that we don't recognise or we aren't familiar with turns up after a chance encounter with a vehicle. That would be quite the find. Right guys, it's been an absolute pleasure to have each and every one of you out with me on this video today. It's been really nice just to share some of my thoughts with you guys, and hopefully I'll see you in the comments box down below and to hear what you guys think. Until next time guys, like I always say, take it easy, please, please, please look after yourselves. If you're in a position to do so as well, please make sure you look after somebody else as well. It's always nice just to give a helping hand wherever we can. Take it easy guys, look after yourselves, and until next time, peace!